Good evening. Now I am going to a seminar on nuclear power plant. What is nuclear power plant? Nuclear power plant are a type of power plant that uses the process of nuclear fission in order to generate electricity. They do this by nuclear reactor in combination with the Rankine cycle, where the heat generated by the reactor converts the water into steam, which spins a turbine and is generated. Nuclear power provides the world with around 11% of its total electricity, with the largest producers being the United States and France. Aside from the source of heat, nuclear power plants are very similar to the coal-fired power plants. However, they require different safety measures since the use of nuclear fuel has vastly different properties from coal and other fossil fuels. They get their thermal power from splitting the nuclei of atoms in the nuclear reactor, with uranium being the dominant choice of fuel in the world today. Thorium also has potential use in the nuclear power production. However, it is not settled in use. Below is the basic operation of the boiling water power plant, which shows the many components of power plant along with interest of electricity. This is a nuclear fission process in which when the neutron bombarded with the uranium, it was split into two nucleus with the split of neutron, and also some amount of energy is released. The first is nuclear reactor. The reactor is a key component of power plant as it contains the fuel and its nuclear chain reaction along with all of the nuclear waste product. And the reactor is a heat source for the power plant, just like the boiler is for the coal plant. Uranium is a dominant nuclear fuel used in nuclear reactors, and its fission reactions are what produce the heat within reactor. This heat is then transferred to the reactor coolant, which provides the heat to other parts of the nuclear power plant. The power plant encompasses not just the reactor but also cooling towers, turbines, generator, and various safety systems. The reactor is which makes it different from the other external heat engines. Control roles in reactor. The control roles are used in the nuclear reactor to control the fission rate of the uranium plutonium. They are composed of chemical elements such as boron, silver, indium, cadmium that are capable of absorbing many neutrons without they themselves undergoing the fission. Moderator in the reactor. Graphites are generally used as a moderator. The moderator is a material used in the nuclear reactor to slow down the neutrons provided from the fission. By slowing down the neutrons, down the probability of neutron interacting with the uranium 235 nuclei is greatly increased, thereby maintaining the chain reaction. This is steam generation. The production of steam is common among the all nuclear power plants, but this is done varies immensely. The most commonly power plants in the world use pressurized water reactors, which uses two loops of circling water to resist steam. The first loop carries extremely hot fluid water to a heat exchanger, where the heat at lower pressure is circulated. It then heats up and boils to steam and can then send to the turbines itself. Boiling water reactors, the second most common reactor in the power generation, heat the water in the core directly to the steam. Turbine and generator. Once steam is produced, it travels at high pressure and speeds through one or more turbines. These get up to extremely high speeds, causing the steam to lose energy, therefore condensing back to the cooler liquid water. The rotation of the turbines is used to spin an electric generator, which produces electricity that is sent out the electrical grid. Cooling tower. The cooling tower is to reject waste heat to the atmosphere by transfer of heat from the hot water to the cooler outside air. Many nuclear power plants simply put the waste heat into river, lake instead of having the cooling towers. Many power plants like coal power plants have cooling towers or large bodies of water as well. The similarity exists between the process of turning heat into electricity is almost identical between the nuclear power plants and coal-fired power plants. This is the schematic represented the heat was generated in the nuclear reactor, which was used to run the turbine. The turbine was controlled generator, which produces electricity. and then the steam was again converted into with the help of condenser, and the pump was used to transfer the liquid to the reactor, and this process repeats. Efficiency. Typically, nuclear power plant achieves efficiency around 30 to 37% compared to the fossil fuel power plants. High temperature and more modern designs like generation IV nuclear reactor could potentially reach above 45% efficiency. What are the advantages of the nuclear power plant? It is a low carbon energy source. It has small carbon footprint compared to alternatives like fossil fuels. It's key to combining cultivate chain reaching net zero. It is safe and reliable, providing us with power, water, the weather. Countries that use nuclear and renewable energy together are the most successful at combating climate change. Thank you.